Hi guys, my name is Muhammad Ashraf and I will be telling you a story about Converse. Okay, Converse. Converse is one of the oldest brand in shoes industry, founded in February 1908, which is 113 years old from now. Stated in Maiden, Massachusetts, United States, 47 years old Marquis Millis Converse, also a manager in a footwear manufacturing firm, opened the Converse Rubber Shoe Company, creating a rubber-soled footwear specialized for winter. Finally, in 1915, they started to sell athletic shoes. Truth to be told, that they are a giant company back in their prime. However, did people know Converse was once filed a bankruptcy? Back in 2001, Converse had filed a bankruptcy due to the fact that they are facing much more debts than profit. Considering the company reported a $202.1 million in assets and $226.2 million in debts, they have no other choices but to admit bankruptcy. Having such innovative competitors such as Nike, Reebok, and Adidas are truly a pain. While Converse marketed their product for footwear users in tennis and basketball courts, Nike and Reebok invented running shoes as part of people's everyday lives. There are two symptoms can be found from this incident. Number one is having an innovative competitor. Nike, that was founded in 1964, is one of the biggest competitors Converse had ever encountered. A sportwear company which has a unique way of creating their masterpiece with focusing on states and on certain target market such as accessories for snowboarding and mountain biking. Not only that, Nike also has been promoting their products better by managing collaboration with famous athletes such as Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. This endorsement is an all-time success. Even today, customers are still searching for Nike's product with their ambassador signature. Low in sales. It was determined that Converse were in pressure ever since their competitors had invented sports shoes for everyday users. Despite being pressured by them, Converse is still in their old ways of creating shoes, while Nike and Reebok pursuing their plans for the future. Converse still have their mindset on 60s and 70s. This action can lead to their downfall as sales are reducing from time to time. There are three problems from that incident. Number one is debts are more than assets. Considering $226.2 million in debts, Converse had filed a bankruptcy. The revenues they achieved were not enough to counter their loss, which led to major differences in assets and debts. Number two, failed to fit in the market. Converse originally created their shoes for people to walk outside during winter. The brand soon participated in the sportwear market in 1915 as they are creating shoes especially for athletes. There was even a time when Chuck Taylor, a basketball player, agreed to deal with them as being an ambassador for Converse. Converse was a hit back then. However, it all changed when their competitors are marketing shoes in a different kind of purpose. People at that time only thought that sportwear can only be used to play sport games and exercise. Little did they know that sport shoes can also be used in daily uses. Walking around in supermarkets or on the street is much like Nike and Reebok had thought to seek a position in the future. Converse was stuck between their plans and the changes in shoe market. And the third is closing of facilities. Converse had closed their facilities in United States and will focus on their production in Asia as the cost as the costs are much more cheaper than in the US. Due to high debts, Converse could not pay their workers' salary. Closing and starting business in a different place is the most suitable method they could think of at the time. There are 3 alternatives that we had found from the incident according to the pros and cons strategy. Number 1, acquisition by other company. Acquisition by others can be an embarrassment, let alone to be acquired by your own competitors. Unfortunately, Converse had to accept offers like that to maintain their existence in the market. In 2003, Nike had approached Converse and paid $305 million to acquire them. The revival of the brand was in 2010, and Nike had helped Converse to gain a safe spot in the market. Nike also helped them to expand their brand, creating other products rather than shoes. Second, accept the modern changes. It is not an easy task to transform yourself into something you are not. That was the part that Converse was concerned about. Converse still has their old mindset on using the 60s and 70s concept. Of course, the costs needed to use modern concepts are much higher, but it's worth it since the world also changes to the modernness. Much more advantages they will gain if they pursue to it. And the third one is not permanently but just for a period of time. The action of closing facilities in the United States were taken to stabilize their financial. Converse had changed route to operate their product in Asia. A few years later, Nike helped them to maintain a spot in the market again. Not operating again in the United States should be a waste since they are getting more profits after the bankruptcy incident. There are 2 things that I want to recommend from this story. Is number 1, expect the unexpected. In my opinion, Converse happened to face these problems due to lack of imagination. They could not imagine what will the world be in the future. Our customers still look at their product after 10 years. Unlike Nike and Reebok, they try to bring the modernness towards their customers. At that time, who would have thought that sports shoes can be used other than for sport purpose? Converse seems to underestimate their competitors as they thought the new companies cannot outdone them due to lack of experience. Second, create other alternatives products. Before the bankruptcy incident, Converse only depends on one product, which is footwear. Shoes are the only thing that they thought they should make since their sales in the past are quite high rather than their competitors such as PF Flyers at the time. However, having a backup plan is important in business. Converse should be aware that they are capable of marketing other products such as clothing, hat, and pants. In business, it is all about the demand from customers, and customers are likely to change their preference in the future. In my point of view, business is all about the chances an organization or company capable of having. Such chances are not easy to gain, but the ones that have granted the chance should take full effort in using it. Lack of innovations and underestimating others are exactly the mistake an organization should never do. A great organization must have a backup plan in doing business. We might not know what the future might have for us, but in business, thinking outside the box and being innovative is very important. To have a big mission without a clear vision is just like playing around. Having a mindset of this much should be fine is exactly a symptom of downfall in the future. With then, thank you.